Hey everybody, it's Mark again, and I was wanting to show you this clock. It was a pickup only item, and it's a German clock. I always wanted a clock like this. It has the chime and silent, running slow levers on the front. I don't have one. Always wanted one. I tell people all the time, when God wants you to have something, you'll have it. It's a pickup only item. I talked to them into shipping it to me. And as you can see, I was the only bidder on this clock. One bid. I got it for $10 plus shipping, less than $25 total. And I got the clock in today. And look how huge this box is. Let me set my camera down, and we're going to open this thing together. The clock was a pickup only item. I've talked Goodwill into shipping it to me if I waived any damage that might occur in shipping. The box is 24 inches by 18 inches by 1 foot. Shake it, do the shake test. Everything sounds good. I asked them how I wanted it packed, so let's see what happens. In running order, these clocks can sell $300-400 and up. There's one on Etsy right now that they want like $345 for. Plenty of packing material in this box, as you can see. And I want to make sure that y'all can see plenty of packing material in this box. And so if there's any damage, I can't call them up and say, hey, the clock is damaged, because I waived any damage that might occur during shipping. Plenty of bubble wrap on it. It's taped really well. This is not the first clock that I was able to get that was a pickup only item. And I've never had an issue with them packing the clocks. I got my French Morber clock. I asked them to pack the weights in a separate box. That clock was shipped to me in 5 different boxes, and it cost me the same. So as you can see, the clock is intact. The door don't want to open, but we'll have to figure that out. There is some veneer damage. I don't see a pendulum. I don't know whether one was with it in the first place, but I'm going to have to look at all this packing material, and I feel something in here. Here's the pendulum bob. And probably a foot. Yeah, one of the feet came off. Look how beautiful this movement is. I mean, it is extremely shiny, extremely beautiful. The case needs some Howard bead and wax or Old English oil or something, but the movement is in immaculate, beautiful condition. It's a Junghans. You can tell because it has the Junghans symbol there, trademark. But anyway, it can be done. When God wants you to have something, you will get it. And in this case, I was the only bidder. I've been looking for one of these clocks for many years that I wanted to spend the money on. There was one that was on Marketplace for $50 in Indiana. I asked the lady if she would ship it to me. She checked with her husband. She told me that, here's this piece of wood, goes right here. She told me that she would talk to her husband about shipping. She came back and told me that she would go to the post office Monday and see how much it would cost me in shipping. These are really heavy clocks too, by the way. And the clock sold on Sunday. And so I asked her, what happened to you checking with the post office? You told me that you were going to check with the post office. She's like, well, somebody locally bought it, so I sold it to them. That's fine, because to ship this clock through the post office probably would have cost me close to $75, maybe more. And I got this clock for less than $25. So when it's your turn to have something, God will see to it that you get it. And it was my turn to have one of these clocks. So I'm going to get out a key and see if the springs are okay. So let's do that next. Stand by. I found out that there's a little knob on the side. You push that knob and you can open the door. Here's the key. That spring is fine. That spring is fine. That spring is fine. But it gets to the 6 o'clock position and the hands won't turn. So I'm going to have to take this clock apart and figure out what's going on and clean up the movement. And so first thing I have to do is take plenty of pictures after I take the movement out. And so we're going to try to do this in video for y'all so you can see what's going on. But because I use my phone that I'm recording to take the pictures, it's going to be a couple part video, and it depends how I feel. Right now my back is throbbing, and so I'm sorry for the several part videos, but until you walk in my shoes, you have to be patient with me and understand that a lot of times I don't feel like working on clocks. And so I hope y'all are enjoying this video. Like I said, this is not the only clock that I got through pickup only item where I talked them into shipping it for me. And I'll show you right now some of the other clocks that I did that. Here's my French Morber clock that I talked them into shipping it to me. Like I said, it was a pickup only item. This clock is one of the most expensive clocks that I had to buy. And after shipping, it cost me like $350. But it was only $35 in shipping. And they packed it in 5 different boxes. This clock was also a pickup only item, and I talked them into shipping it. So you can buy clocks through Goodwill that are pickup only items. Anyway, we're gonna have to take this clock apart and figure out why the hands don't want to move. Has something to do with the striking. Wheel is not turning. But and I'm not really for sure exactly what this piece in here is for, but it closes down on the gongs. Maybe for shipping, I'm not for sure. I don't know if you can see that. So stand by and let me get a flashlight. You should be able to see it now, but this piece here, I can get my flashlight to cooperate properly. This piece here closes down on the gong rods, and I think it might be for shipping. I don't really know for sure, but there's a lot of, I gotta take several screws out to take this movement out. But the first thing I gotta do is take the hands off. So let me get ready for that. There's a pin right here that holds the washer on, which holds the hands on. So let's see if I could pick that off. It's a tapered pin and it only comes out one way. Put that in my parts box. Next is a washer that holds the minute hand in place. Then the minute hand, and then the hour hand slides off its pipe. And you also have to take these hands off. The chime and silent and the fast and slow section here. This fast and slow section helps regulate your pendulum. And they're tapered pins also, holding them into place. And then a washer. And I can't get the washer off, but there it went off. And Got that hand off. Now I need to take this hand off. Sometimes the paper pins can be a pain, and it helps if you bring them out the right way. So now, here's that push button section I was telling you about that holds the door in place. You can't open the door without pushing that button to open it. So now it's time to take the hands off, the movement out, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to clean up this dial or not, but we'll worry about that when I get to it. There are 2 screws over here, 2 screws on this side, and then a screw here and a screw over here to take this movement out. And so that's what I'm doing next. And y'all don't need to see me take these screws out, so I'm going to do it off camera. And some people complain that why I do stuff off camera, and it's pretty simple. There's 2 screws on this side, 2 screws over here, and then the 2 screws at the bottom should take this movement out. I might have to undo those 2 tab thumb screws there. I don't know if you can see that, but there are 2 I want to say bolts on each side of the clock. I might have to undo those to get this movement out. But I've never worked on a clock like this, so it's going to be a challenge for me, but I'm up for it. I figured out that the movement will slide out of this case once I take that screw and that screw out, and that's what those 2 bolts on the bottom are. I still had to take all the other screws that I took out, but the movement will slide out. I took the gong off to make this easier, and there was just 2 bolts to take the gong off, and then you slid it out of the way. But let me take those 2 screws out, and then I'll pull the movement out. It's been a while since it's been out, but I got the 2 screws from the side out, and here's the movement. And so this is why I would turn this camera off and take plenty of pictures, because everything has to go back into its respective order. The rack doesn't want to lift. It's nice and tight on there, there's something that is out of time, and that's why the minute hand only rotates so far. But I hope y'all like this first section of this video. It's 20 minutes. I'm shutting this camera off and taking plenty of pictures. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Why? Because it's free.